alone trying
No, I
to
understand,
deal.
and especially if we can get some sort of like a Rylai's onto Oriana, perhaps he's quite easily kiteable. Other than Jin, they've all got a lot of mobility on this team. Oriana with the ball, Renekton with the slice and dice, Jarvan with his EQ, Lulu with the whimsy and the polymorph, respectively, or slow. So,
Right, what timestamp are you in the game? Because I've got into it and I've sped up time and it's still going. So
I'm for 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds, 20
yeah,
seconds.
press plus because I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Okay.
Cool. Apparently GGGF. Let's bring the chat up.
It won't let me go any faster forward, so
Okay, that's fine.
34.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're the same now. Beautiful. Okay, why is this being adjusted? I don't know.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
There we go.
The GGs coming out in chat. It's always nice to
Good
see.
luck. Have funs.
That's fun.
Okay. No level 1 invades. No silly strats.
No, and chances are you're not going to do anything like that from these sorts of
I want to
level
see if they
players.
can do the super leash. So you have
Super leash.
Cho'Gath do the small raptors whilst his bot lane's doing the red leash for him, and then he gets both of them.
Which you can do with Rakan, because if he takes Q at level 1, he's got this passive shield, and then he gets the heal as well that he can use. So they should be able to double leash. I don't
Does
think
the heal
again.
proc on minions as well as champions? I feel like it's just champions. I'm not sure. It's fine. No, they're not going with the super leash. Just going to do standard red star. Actually, Fola on the Raptors, so maybe he's gotten a little bit more confident in that.
Oh. And especially with the Oriana helping him out there, he has taken flag level 1, which is the right thing to do as well. So that's
correct.
good to see. He has, however, failed the leash by taking the large raptor. Fola obviously is not the most skilled jungler. Well, he can't clear the camp because he wasted his health.
Okay, interesting.
He took the big camp. No, Fola, don't. Oh, he hit red buff. Okay, this is going to end badly.
So yeah, like we were saying about the maybe not hugely practiced on that champion.
Just not practicing the role, which I think's fair.
Oh, exhaust's being burnt in the bot lane here. I don't feel like anyone's going to die to this. Fola just got executed.
Yeah, we saw that coming. Shout out to everyone who's left, by the way. Fuck y'all. Nice and professional.
It's probably the team, I'd imagine. They don't want to be hearing us 3 minutes later.
Maybe.
So, lag, according to Caitlin. Cool, that's fine. Mid lane.
Interesting trades up top. Renekton losing because of the Rumble Q, but actually winning the all-ins. Cho'Gath is looking to head up top side. The pings just go down then. This Jarvan's also. Oh no, Jarvan is still level 1. So let's just ignore Jarvan for the meantime.
This
could be first blood.
Far out of this game.
Early flash, and that was needed because without that flash,
he was dead.
It was a dead. This is an
Cho'Gath actually invading. Yeah.
Cho'Gath. This could be a very dead Jarvan. Oh god. Oh no. Oh dear. So there's no jungle on the red side this game, which is going to be really tough to deal with.
Did Cho just steal it?
He did. Yeah.
Oh no, directed cam didn't show it. That's no.
That's what you've got to have. You've got to. Cho'Gath warded over just to kind of get vision, and
Tranquil did indeed die.
First blood to Rumble. Okay.
Maybe not having the practice on that matchup.
He overestimated his damage. He probably thought that by standing where he was going to take too much poke, so he might as well go for a trade anyway, and then obviously underestimated.
Oh no. Screaming Radish getting caught out by the Cho'Gath gank there. You're going to die, unfortunately, buddy. Ignite used, so I guess there's that. Maybe not necessary, but yeah, unfortunate. He got to save both of his summoner spells, though, so there's not going to be a forced second gank here. And teleporting straight back into the lane, Tranquil's already on barely HP.
Cho'Gath is just all over Jarvan's jungle, as he can be. Jarvan's level 2 still. Cho'Gath doesn't have smite up, so this is contestable, but there's no mid laner for Keele. And bot side,
no health here.
bot side doesn't seem to be attempting. If Cho'Gath stays too long, he will take most of his health of damage from the blue buff.
Yeah,
He's already
Smite's just
quite low.
about to come back up though, and he's
Bot
got the level
lane
advantage.
should be heading up to this by now. They could actually catch out the Cho'Gath, but
it is up, so he's
it's not being communicated. Okay, now it's being communicated. Bot lane are roaming up. Oriana's going to collapse on him. The flag goes down.
Oh,
Nice
he missed the
auto-attack
knock
there.
up.
That should be a dead Cho'Gath. He's got no flash. This could be double buff to Oriana. Nice. Okay.
Rakan
So
did try and look for that play there with the
she
shield.
tried.
Tranquil is dead again.
Yeah, and this happens if Rumble gets ahead in this lane.
Thing is, he wasn't even ahead. He hasn't recalled since getting the first blood, so he had no advantage in items there.
Oh, that is true. It could be a lot of like just minion pressure and stuff. Streaming Radish taking a trade in the mid lane, getting a lot of damage down, getting the benefit out of those red buffs. Red buffs plural technically, because both teams' red buffs went onto the Cho'Gath. However, standing for that Q is not what you want to be doing. For those of you that don't know, red buff does give you health regen now, so he is actually benefiting from that.
Much longer, yeah.
And with the clockwork wind up passive on Oriana, she actually does benefit from auto attacking. So if he's able to get a couple of auto attacks down onto this injury, it's really beneficial for his trades. And it's also really good for his farming as well, makes it a lot more decisive. No mana here on Jhin in the bot lane. Lulu is kind of low, but not low enough to die, I don't think. She might die if an all-in comes from Rakan, but exhausts are now both back up in the mid lane. Syndra lands a stun in the mid lane.
She's hit 6.
She has. However,
much
she's trying...
faster. Oh, that's the exhaust being burnt, just about surviving the auto attack, picking up the kill. Tranquil burning again in the top lane. That's going to be the equalizer, dropping down. Yep. Third solo kill. Well, not solo kill. The first one was, but second solo kill. Unfortunately.
They were all solo kills for Cho'Gath, for Rumble. There's not been...
Wasn't the first one a Cho'Gath gank?
No, he ganks, but
oh
they
yeah, no, he
the
dodged
flash
it. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, all 3 solo kills. That's worse. Don't remind us that.
Jarvan is
rooting
going
for
to
Keele
collapse,
here, dude.
but however, he is on level 3 to Rumble's level 7, so this could just be a free kill to Rumble. I wouldn't really suggest this, personally, but Fola needs to just farm now to get himself back in this game. It really does suck, which means he should really look at red buff, the buff from the Oriana, which I don't know whether you make that decision to just accept that your Jarvan's going to be useless and give blue to Oriana, or try and get Jarvan back in the game.
Right, Jarvan cannot build damage this game.
No, he needs to go full tank.
To go tank.
But, we'll see.
I don't even think he goes for like the damage jungle item. He's way too far behind. He'll
No,
just
I
die.
would go through the Hulk, but that's personal choice. It would be interesting to see. There is, of course, the new catch-up mechanic in the game. They added a couple of patches ago. Pre-season was it? Last pre-season.
That's more than a couple patches.
Well, yeah, but obviously it's those things people forget about, you know. It allows you to get back in the game if you're really far behind. It's just basically to stop people from wanting to FF at 15 now, which you can do.
Oh,
just as an ode to the team, they can FF at 15. CS advantage in the bot lane for Jhin, but frankly not by much. I want to see how much gold that we've got. Can I see how much gold? 34, is that 34?
Press X. Right. Oh, double knockout from Rakan, but nothing being followed through. Missing the Piltover Peacemaker. I just love the spot lane.
I was trying to look at items. So if you look at the items, Rakan is almost doubling the gold than Lulu, just with his item alone. So the ancient coin is pretty busted at the moment. So for all you support players out there, fully recommend that
Probably
item.
would have been better on Lulu to get.
It would have been better on Lulu. It would have been definitely better on Lulu. But you know,
funny enough, they have basically the same gold though. There's like 50
they do.
apart.
I think that's just because he's been Rakan's been pushed out of lane. So
oh, getting a stun off
this
onto him.
could be
Curtain
interesting.
dropping down. First shot hit by Caitlyn. There is an exhaust dropping down on him as well. Teleport being channeled. All of those shots
There is
being
a
blocked
Jarvan
successfully.
nearby. He is only level 5. Rumble completes the TV.
He has the equalizer. It's going to drop down onto
There's a
Lulu.
Renekton TP. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, forcing the flash away from there. There was a solo kill in the mid lane by the looks of things. Mesmer picking up a kill onto the Caitlyn. Follower in the back. Did get the kill onto Rakan, but that's going to be traded as Rumble picks up Jhin. He's popped the plant so he can heal up. That's really smart there. Tranquil burning down. Half of his health gone already. Slicing over the wall there. Not going to get the stun.
Syndra misses everything. Lulu should have used the plant to heal herself. I feel like she could have used the plant and then slowed Rumble down. Just unfortunately, Syndra winning that 1v1 in the mid lane lost that bot lane fight for Keele. It was a good attempt from Keele, nice TP from Renekton as well. Was it 2 for 1 in the end? I think. Yeah, no, 2 for.
I think it was 2 for 2. I'm gonna go replay it.
The bot lane was a 2 for 1, but mid lane died as well, so it being 2 for 2 across the map.
Right, I'm gonna go replay that mid lane to see what happens here. So a bit of a level advantage for Syndra, and she has the blue buff advantage.
And Cho'Gath steals away the blue buff whilst you're in replay as well for blue side. Kind of expected, but just that.
So yeah, all it was is just getting the stun off ultimate plus ignite, and yeah, can't do anything to respond to that. So jump back to live.
Lulu gonna spot. Lulu almost there from Cho'Gath, but.
Speeding up. Okay, we're back. We're live. And I don't get why it does it, but literally every single time you touch the time controls, it changes around where the players are. And oh, in the top lane, Tranquil actually winning a trade here. Finally. Oh no, the burnout doing so much damage, and with the help of the minion wave, he's able to get the shutdown. Solo kill. Impressive.
Did Rumble?
Oh, getting the exhaust off, Screaming Radish. Just about gonna live that.
That was an interesting flash. Did he flash the Q?
I think it was meant to be.
I don't know whether the Q actually went off, whether it flashed.
It was good. Either way, it was good. He returned the solo kill.
Yeah, it's a return solo kill. And it's interesting as well, because usually once one champion gets the lead, they kind of stay in the lead. Nice to see Fola in the enemy jungle. Those wolves, he might not be getting buffed, but he is getting experience. He is now the same level as Cho'Gath, and he's got that cataclysm. And if he hangs around in topside, he could get a dive onto this Rumble. However, Rumble does have ult up, so they're careful.
Certainly a good comeback. If you look at the gold difference, it's only about 200 right now, which a lot of it is in this bot lane, which is currently in the 2v2 right now. Running away from that.
Very low
no, Cho'Gath. Is he going to be able to land the Rupture? He's not even going to bother going for it. No, he is.
Jhin still has ultimate, so
yeah.
If they stay on too low health,
they're just going to get curtain called.
They are just going to get curtain
called. It's going to melt them apart.
I would like to see the curtain call being popped sooner rather than later. Cho'Gath is angering the dragon, but there is a ward in the pit.
Oh, there is that curtain call.
1, 2. No.
Yeah, got out of range of it. No. Cho'Gath is there.
He uses the last one to farm. That could be a dead Lulu. She needs to polymorph.
Oh, flashing! Ooh.
Oh, he smited the wrong champion.
Wasn't quite enough there, and he's just about able to live through it using his ultimate.
Lulu polymorph? I don't. Did she whimsy instead?
She whimsied herself to get out of there.
Unfortunate on the
just the damage
on the Jhin ultimate. The fourth shot had it if hit anyone would have killed them, but just not able to get that down in time.
Yeah.
Cho'Gath's just gonna go pretend nothing happened bot lane and pick up his red buff.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Yeah. Look, Hex Drinker in the top lane with a second Null Magic Mantle. I wonder if this would be a Spirit's Visage. Oh yes, Mercs of course. Yes, and they'll be needed this game.
Interesting to see the CS difference in the mid lane though. Considering that like Syndra had the upper hand, well, at least it looked like it when Exhaust isn't available for Screaming Radish here.
Oh dear.
Like a 20 CS advantage. Fola being caught out but going for the kill anyways.
Brilliant 2v2 in the mid lane.
Fola, get the auto attack, yes. And with the spear, oh no, knock up onto him with the equalizer burning down. Teke going forwards here, landing both the harpoons onto Jack.
And Lulu
red buff running away.
No one was there.
Yeah.
Exhaust was up from Lulu. Could have potentially saved Orianna if he'd have got the Rumble away from her with the slows. They're going to go for a Drake now in bot lane.
Yeah.
With Jarvan off the map, this should be a free one. Renekton's going to TP. He should be pushing that top lane. I suppose he doesn't know this Drake's going down.
You can sort of assume it though. I would like to see more damage onto the turret before that recall, but no, he's actually going for the Spectre's Cowl.
Interesting. So a spiritual sergeant.
And then
resuming?
also buying another null magic mantle. So that's certainly going to be going for.
Or the adaptive helm would be really good this game because you've got the
Ooh, very true.
Q. You've got the Q from Rumble.
Oh no,
as
they
well
got the
as-
knockup. Oh, flash from earlier there. Whew. Spicy.
Very, as the kids. Oh Jesus!
That's a lot of damage. Curtain call, landing
Ricard
2.
having to pop the ult just to stop.
Just a hard CC him and stop it there.
Stop
That
him.
crit with the
Mesmer,
Infinity Edge complete.
Mesmer is a beautiful lady carry. This bot lane is really one to look up to or look out for because they could be.
No, I still look up to them as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, sorry.
One day I want to be just like you.
They are ridiculous in this bot lane. Oh! That is called knowing your champion, ladies and gentlemen, and that's called overstaying. If Jin is able to do that to you, you shouldn't be there. That's an Infinity Edge first item as well, so that was the additional crit damage getting him the kill there.
Yep.
Matt in chat wants us to talk dirty to him. I think he just needs to watch this Jin play to get turned on. But
Oh, Banshee's actually completed here.
nice lot of damage coming out of mid
Shockwave
lane.
followed through a Fola. Exhaust being popped avoids the unleashed power, securing the kill onto Jack there. Well played. Also, Banshees is just so good. I told him about this last week. After he played it, he went, I mentioned it on the stream. He went into the Morellos and finished that before then going to the Banshees, and I said, hey, go for Lost Chapter. That's probably going to be enough in terms of your mana regen, and then go for the Banshees. So just the
And not just that,
Lost
against
Chapter.
Oriana. Sorry, not against Oriana. Against Syndra as well. It's particularly
Plus
useful.
Rumble, that's going to be Merc Treads acquired by him too, so he's double MR items now.
Could even see an adaptive Helm out of the Oriana in mid lane. It would
No.
it would be a very defensive route to go, but it would make him incredibly tanky and unlikely to be picked off. By
There is
this.
still a Caitlyn though. She is going to be a little irrelevant for...
She's a little irrelevant at the moment.
The first
Screaming
three
Radish
items,
just finding the pink
but-
ward, throws the Q over the wall. That's a nice little trick you can do with Oriana just to get vision. Yeah. So there's only one CS difference between these junglers, considering that disastrous start Fola have. I'm quite proud of him for bringing it back and getting.
I don't like the Rumbles build. Okay, everything is fine, and then he starts building what looks to be a Luden's Echo. And I don't want that. You
is
can
a
have a
Luden's
look
Echo.
at the opponent's items. They're itemizing perfectly
against
right now.
you. Yeah.
You need to rush a Void Staff, or alternatively,
Look at where
go for
Jarvan is.
the...
Look at where Jarvan is. Hang on.
Oh, that
Look
is
at where
well
Jarvan is.
positioned.
That is he got flash up? No. Okay, so it's a flag and drag into an ult, but it will be under tower, and he might. Okay, Syndra burns the flash. I feel
Absolutely
like
fine. Oh, and the bot lane, he's going to get the crit off. Exhaust is there. There's the teleport as well from Rumble, and Shogath showed up, so that's going to be the double kill.
That's
Four-man
just a-
bot.
that's just
GG,
easy
where's
maths.
my team?
That's just easy maths. 4v2 never goes.
Oh, getting the shockwave off there. Knock up, not going to land, but that's absolutely fine. Picking
Yep.
up the kill.
And
Trying
again-
to rush to get this mid lane now.
Basic gameplay. Basic gameplay. You return to the lost flash. You know, it is jungling 101 from Fola, but hey, it's paying off, and he's now
Do you know
3
what
and
else is
2.
jungling 101? How to not die on your first red.
Well, yeah, but you know, we'll forgive him that because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
This is also true.
There goes the bot tower. Renekton should be able to get this top tower. Rumble might be able to defend it in time. He has got ultimate, so he might burn that. No, okay, Flame's Bit is just be enough. Of course, with the Ludens, he will have a lot of damage on this Rumble, and if he can get on top of Jin, for example, if anyone stays on top of the Equalizer for a long period of time, they will just burn and melt. But
I'm hoping to see upgrades of the trinkets.
We've got two blue.
For Fola when he backs, and eventually when Mr. Jammy hits his level 9.
Yeah. Got 2 blue trinkets coming out of Keele, 2 red trinkets, and Tranquil on his ever-favoured warding totem that he doesn't use.
And he's got 6 vision score right now. Alternatively, Fola sitting on 20, and the opposing jungle on 22. Which is incredibly interesting to me.
I like that Fola went for the tracker's knife as well, because he obviously understood that he was behind. He knew not to risk getting invaded. So you just ward up your jungle entrances and you make yourself safe.
But it's just odd to see that Cho'Gath, not having gone for this, has a higher warning score, and that is going to be an engage in the bot lane. Oh, getting the double knock-up, followed through with the Cataclysm and the Shockwave. Equalizer burning down onto them. Follower is going to fall down. No one is going to be traded back there for Keele.
And that's an unfortunate situation, because had Keele's team, had the rest of the members
Mesmer,
on Keele,
just about dodging that knock-up.
had the rest of the members on Keele reacted to that play, that could have been a lot of deaths for...
So that's just an ultimate, just being blocked up by Cho'Gath there, but Tranquil in the top lane, doing the correct thing, securing a turret.
Yeah, he could have TP'd into that mid lane fight. He has got it up and he has used it for anything.
Both
since
Baron
that
and
first
Dragon
game.
just came up at the
Both
exact
Baron
same
and Dragon.
time.
It is a Mountain Drake. I'd like to see this on Keele's team, on the Keele side, because it's just such a good... With Jhin, they might be able to go for it. There are pings onto it. Jarvan is on the... Jarvan is in base though. Cho'Gath is just clearing out vision.
Red buff and blue buff just came up as well for Keele though.
And
So.
pink cord just cleared at Baron Pit by Renekton. Of course, he can use that W to clear them quicker.
Super
it does
speedy.
counts as 2 auto attacks instead of 1, or if he's got Fury stacks, then it is 3.
Tranquil
might
getting
want to
caught out
pop
here.
his
Double
ultimate here.
knockups coming through.
He's
He's
going
gonna
to
have to
burn
flash
the
over that wall.
flash and be safe. They could have actually gone for that engage. It would have been a 4v4, but Rumble was in the top side and Lulu was in base, and Rumble didn't have TP, so they could have gone for that fight. The only issue was Renekton might have just been burnt down too quickly.
Good Caitlyn trap usage there. The issue with this Cho'Gath pick for Keele, he's going to guarantee that dragon, and he's going to get himself a stack, so you have to fight for this. They have to die
That is a
before the
lot of
dragon
damage
goes down.
taking, and that's the dragon gone down. Yeah,
No contest there. They needed Fola
and that's a shame. I
to
think
go
they
through
could have
those
done.
traps.
Yeah, he did go through one, and they got replaced, and so Caitlyn's still kind of providing her brokenness.
Oh, he's just walked through that control ward. Yeah, gonna pick that one up. Cho'Gath getting the knock up.
Walking out of the Cho'Gath knockup. And once you've got tier 2 boots, you can walk out of Cho'Gath knockup. It's just becomes a game, a mini game, as
where you
as
place
I'd
it.
like to. Yeah.
Which is why this Lulu pick is also incredibly good as a counter. Being able to Whimsy one of your allies and give them that extra move speed, it makes it
Not
even
just
harder
that, as well, ulting
to increase the amount
as
of
well.
health, stopping the feast.
Increasing the amount of health, stopping the feast, but also for the shield and the
Again, this Lulu pick in team fights should be just ruining Cho'Gath's life. Him trying to stick to a target unless he gets the flash stone plate feast insta kill, I think he's not going to be able to do a huge amount without landing those key ruptures or silences.
Yeah, I agree there. This could be another dive into mid lane. Oh, the flash just narrowly dodged. And I like that Fola went to predict the path of Orianna. Of Syndra. She had nowhere to go other than to walk into the Jarvan stun or burn that flash. So I think she knew she would have been dead if she got hit by that
It's
knockup.
good
but the
focus.
flash
She's 1 of
burnt instead.
5, and that's good. But she does have 3 key items there, which will be useful for completely obliterating Mesmer. Oh, taking a huge chunk of damage from the crit there from Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Both actually sitting on their 2 items.
And we thought we'd see more. What is Fola doing? Fola, that's your red buffs. Okay. We kind of thought we'd see some lethality coming out of the
Jhin, there isn't.
Jhin, but there isn't. But that's fine, personal choice, I suppose. I wonder if he's going to pick up the static shiv as well as the rapid fire cannon to go for that energizer build that is popular in the LCS at the moment. Although
Honestly, I would have preferred it because Cho'Gath, yeah, he's going to be a tank, but again, not going to have to worry about him in these team fights. He's going to be so hard-kited. No one else is going to build armor. Like, you're maybe going to see a Zhonya's. Lethality probably would have been the better call here.
And not only that, Cho'Gath is a tank, but he doesn't build armor. He builds health, and so actually,
Well, he still builds armor, but
he builds. Yeah, he has armor in his build, but it's not a core component. He does prefer to go for those sorts of health items and the righteous glory to give him that kind
which
of
is
speed boost.
complete.
Nice to see. No.
Oh no!
God.
Getting the triple knock up into the silence with the equalizer as well. Fola getting the cataclysm onto Syndra there. Meanwhile, everyone is burning in the background. Toaster Trolley gonna get the kill onto Fola. They're shut down. for Tranquil, but that's going to be everyone melting. Chasing them down here. That was a huge rupture for Cho'Gath.
Okay, that was a massive rupture into a massive equalizer, and it was only a 2-for-1. That was the best team fight that the blue side could have asked for, and they were only able to pick up 2 kills. The jungler is down. This could be Baron. However, Jhin is still up, and he is packing one hell of a punch. Renekton has full fury, which means a Q from him is going to heal him up to probably half his HP bar if he lands it on enough people.
Syndra doesn't have ultimate.
Syndra doesn't have ultimate. Jarvan is running over from base now. Jhin...
You're not going to be able to steal this, though.
He doesn't have consume.
Oh, he flashed
Nice
for
try.
it! No!
Nice try. He saw that Cho'Gath didn't have the consume and thought he could go for it.
Yeah,
that's a dead
Tranquil
Renekton.
getting caught out here. Oh, Fola, no, Fola, you're gonna die too. Oh! Mr.
I don't
Jammy
like
with
Jhin
the
flashing
clutch
in there.
save.
I think he would have been better walking around and trying to poke with the Whimsy and the Lulu.
He could have got a kill, honestly, onto Syndra
Yeah.
with that health bar.
They could have got enough damage down to force them off the Baron. That would have been probably the sensible play. No, the more sensible. Sensiblest play. That is a horrible word. Let's never use that.
It was a good try. It was a good attempt. I
It
wouldn't
was a
have gone
good
for
attempt,
it, but
but realistically, just there was a better decision there. And they
particularly
didn't go for it.
considering that your biggest threat is like a flash ult from either Cho'Gath or Syndra here. Don't
And
waste
neither
your
of them had
flash.
it up. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that is
you want to
true.
have
There was
yours
a
available.
There was a blasting plant right there. Now.
Yeah, but if you auto attacks it, then does the crit go if you auto attacks? No, you run into them having to burn the flash there. Shockwave
get
being
hit
used,
by
but the
that.
rupture being followed through. Equalizer.
Yeah,
Wait,
and that's,
did I see an equalizer?
No. Don't know why you said
No,
equalizer.
no idea.
Jhin dodges
Whatever.
enough,
Okay,
and
there it
there's
is.
the
Mesmer.
equalizer.
He has the polymorph onto him, getting stunned. Is Lulu.
Yeah,
and-
this might be game, I think. Yeah, that fight in the jungle and the flash for the Baron probably secured this one. The adaptive helm is nice from Jarvan. It's a really good item
Yeah.
pickup.
If Mesmer had flash there,
yeah,
he would have
if
been
Mesmer
able to.
had flash, he would have lived.
Yeah, no, this is excellent Baron usage. Like swinging the gold massively in their favour now, about
Yeah, and
5k.
they've gone for the right inhibitor as well. You always want to get that bottom side one down because it's the Baron one. So if when Baron's back up, and they're all just walking through and tanking this happily, Cho'Gath will tank that for literally
Infernal
days.
Dragon, is that?
Yeah, it's in 12 seconds time, 11, 10.
Infernal? No,
And they
it's gonna
could
be-
fight for it. Oh, sorry, it's an ocean. They could fight for it, but realistically, there's not much point. Jhin ultimate just to scare them away from the push. This realistically is not going to do any damage to anyone.
I think
The
it's
last
just
shot.
blurring the minions.
The last shot misses, therefore doing very minimal damage. Most
This
sensible.
could be
Yeah,
a
thanks, Matt.
huge opportunity for Keele to just be able to get a free dragon. Everyone just recall.
Now, 3 people successfully completed their recall. Syndra and Caitlyn were the 2 not to back. Fola could have capitalized on that with a flash ultimate.
Did they have the vision for it though? Did they know?
They did, yeah.
And
They
the
had
issue
a
with this is that they've started it up so late that they're actually almost there and jumping over the walls with Khan. Is he going to use this quickness? Shockwave burnt
Oh, he
onto
gets
him
out.
alone,
That's
but he's escaping
disastrous.
away from this. Equalizer onto 3, Rupture as well onto Mesmer. He's burning down to that Rumble, double kill. And that's just going to be kill. Melting down, Tranquil teleporting into the backline there. Screaming Radish not going to fall down to the Unleashed power, but he is getting caught out by Rakan. Knockup followed through Ignite onto him.
And the siege minion KSing Syndra there.
KSing
Yeah,
implies that the kill didn't go to the Syndra. So.
Okay, Syndra KSing the siege minion there.
Whatever.
Well,
Is
siege minion got the last hit.
pre 30-minute win here for Sussex by the looks of things. There are respawns for Lulu and Jhin
No,
in
they're not going to be
a
able
couple
to.
seconds, but they're not going to be able to hold this off. 3v5,
That was a
taking
shame.
down this
That
next
was a really even game up until it wasn't.
And
that
especially
team-
with
that
the
team
start that
fight.
Fola had, it shouldn't have been even whatsoever.
It shouldn't have been that even, and fair credit to Keele for playing as well as they did. Unfortunately, just being a bit too arrogant in the enemy jungle allowed them to get hit by a 3-man rupture. Then hit by the equalizer. Syndra is able to press R and basically one-shot someone. We're going to try and look at some of the damage graphs here. Cho'Gath only doing 6k damage. Jarvan actually dealing more damage. However, the biggest disparity is the 26k from Rumble and the 6k from Renekton. So that's 20k more damage coming out of Rumble there. The highest damage dealer in the game, and that is Luden's Rumble for you. We criticised
I
it.
still
We
don't
didn't think
like
it was
the
the best
Ludens.
item. No, it's definitely not the best item, but you can understand why he went for it. That he was so far ahead that it really kind of didn't matter, and he was just able to.
I mean, he picked up the Void Staff anyways and was working towards the Zhonya's. I think you just skip the Ludens, honestly. It would have been fine. You would already have your Zhonya's and you could have gone ahead and, started working on the Rabadons or something like that. The Zhonya's being acquired sooner as well. If you got into any bad situations, which luckily there weren't any, you could have, lived longer. It's fine. They won anyways, but that's criticisms I would have.
Yeah, you're allowed to criticise both teams.
Yeah. Not sure why Jack decided that he was going to build Luden's Echo, though.
No.
It feels like it's a second item or never,
That is true. Well, it's just...
It's just situational. I think he just really likes it with his personal experience on the champion, but...
The thing is, the mobility is really good on Orianna.
Yeah.
The fact that she's able to kind of, especially against a Syndra, the fact you can kite around those.
His exhausts this game against
We're on point,
Syndra were really good, but not enough in the end. How much damage was Mesmer putting out there? I feel like lethality could have been much more useful. Yeah,
I don't think Mesmer's.
it didn't play bad at all. Like
issue.
I would have preferred the lethality bit. I mean, if we count the number of armor items for Sussex, there's a Seeker's Arm Guard.
Yeah.
And there's an Aegis of the Legion.
Yeah.
And a Glacial Shroud, and that's it.
Well, that is what happens.
It's fine. So they'll go to game 2, and we'll just have a little bit of a pause.